comic, one of the graduates. Give it up for Eric Siegel!
Hi guys.
Hi Eric.
Thanks so much for coming out tonight to support us and to watch us all find out that we can't quit our day jobs. So again, my name is Eric, and yes, I am Jewish. I can tell a lot of you were wondering. I'm not a practicing Jew, but I did go to Hebrew school when I was younger, and had a bar mitzvah when I was 13, and that was pretty much the last Jewish thing I ever did. Right after my bar mitzvah, my mother told me we were converting to Christianity for the tax breaks. Yeah. Well, I was bummed out because I really loved Hebrew school. It was the high point of my life. Yeah, that's right. I peaked between the ages of 11 and 13 at a school full of Jews. So you can pretty much tell how life has gone for me since then. The reason it was so great, we had just moved to the area, and I was kind of known as the shy, mysterious, badass Jew from the other side of 8 Mile. All the girls liked me. The boys were jealous of me. They knew a little bit about my parents, too, which added to the intrigue. You see, my father had recently been sent away to federal prison for robbing a bank. Yeah, apparently if you're going to rob a bank by yourself, and you go into the vault, you need to bring a hostage with you, because if you go in by yourself, they just lock you in there and call the police. And that's what happened to Dad. My mother, on the other hand, was a former stripper who was forced into early retirement. So she cashed in her 401k and became a stay-at-home prostitute. She, at the time, she was a real party girl. She dated a lot, a few celebrities, actually. During the time I was at Hebrew school, she was dating a guy named Rocky Aoki, actually. If you don't know who Rocky Aoki is, he was the founder and owner of the restaurant Benihana.
That's right.
We all love Benihana. He was a nice guy. Whenever I would walk in on him banging my mom, he would start flipping shrimp tails into his hat. The three of us would laugh together, and then I'd go cry myself to sleep. Anyway, back to Hebrew school. So all the other kids would get picked up by their wealthy parents in a Lexus or Mercedes, and then my mom would come screeching in her beat-up '78 Pontiac Sunbird, smoking a joint and sipping on a Zima, and yelling at me through the window to get my ass in the car so we weren't late to the welfare office. Yeah, those were good times. I miss it. Of course, it didn't take me too long to figure out that being the cool kid in Hebrew school was kind of like being the most popular Jew in Auschwitz. Yeah, it don't last very long. I love a little Holocaust humor. Anyway, the shy, mysterious, cool kid in Hebrew school, I found out turns into the weird, creepy, voted most likely to be school shooter kid when he gets out of school. So, I graduated high school a virgin, as you can imagine. I didn't want to go to college as a virgin, though, so I decided I was going to get a prostitute. So I asked my mother for one of her colleagues' phone number. I met up with her. Her name was Destiny, so I knew it was meant to be. I had sex with Destiny, but I screwed up. I didn't wear a condom. So I lost my virginity, but then I spent the next 5 years convinced I was dying of AIDS. So I didn't have sex because I didn't want to infect anyone because I'm a gentleman. But also I didn't go get tested because if I did find out I was positive, my life would be over. So Magic Johnson hadn't developed the vaccine yet. Anyway, I came back home after a few years in college. I didn't graduate, but I did come home with 2 PhDs. That's pretty heavy drinking and pretty heavy drugging. And I decided I was going to try the online dating scene. And things weren't working out for me because I was going for all the 9s and 10s. I thought I was still the cool, mysterious guy from Hebrew school. But they were out of my league. I couldn't get the 9s and 10s, so I decided to change my approach. And instead of going for an actual 10, I started going for what I like to call a Jewish 10. If you don't know what a Jewish 10 is, that's a 3 with 7 million in the bank. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for me either. Somehow what I ended up with was an agnostic 8. That's a 5 with 3 illegitimate children. There are some perks, though, to dating a non-Jewish girl. I'm able to use my Judaism to get out of doing certain things that I don't want to do, such as cunnilingus. I tell her I can't do it because her pussy isn't kosher. So if she wants me to go down on her, she has to have her vagina blessed by a rabbi. But she called my bluff. So now, when I get home from work and I see Rabbi Wiesenthal sitting on the couch, I know it's going to be a long evening. If you haven't realized by now, I suffer from depression. I take antidepressants. They help. But they have side effects, mainly erectile dysfunction. Yeah, that's true. So I started taking Viagra. But I didn't like that. That also had certain side effects that I didn't like. And then one night I got a Viagra stuck in my throat. I had a stiff neck for hours. So I decided, so I sat down with my girlfriend. I said, girlfriend, you're going to have to choose. Do you want me to be happy or do you want me to be hard? And it turns out she doesn't give a shit about either. She just wants me to fix my credit. Anyway, that's all my time. Thanks guys so much.